Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Abhramam Bhangarahitam, Ajadam Vimalam Sata, Anandatirthamatulam, Bhaje Tapatrayapaham, Tapaswadhyaya Shushrusha, Krishna Puja Ratam Munim, Vishvesha Mishtatam Vande Parivrat Chakravartinam, Kujantam Rama Rameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam, Aruhya Kavita Shakham, Vande Valmiki Kokilam. So we had seen yesterday that all the rishis led by Vishvamitra, they stayed on the bank of Shona Nadi on that night. And now Rama is asking question, what is this country? What is the name of this country? What is the speciality of this country? Now Rama is answered by Vishwamitra in this manner, and this answer includes the story about Vishwamitra's ancestry as well. Now let us see it. There are no shlokas in our condensed Bhagavata, condensed Ramayana, but these are narrated in the Valmiki's Ramayana. There was a king called Kusha, who was the son of Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma himself. So very well known Kusha, Mahatma, and his wife is one Vaidarbhi, one lady, the daughter of a king of Vidarbha. This Kusha, he produced four sons. One is Kushamba, Kushanabha, Asurtarajas, and Vasu. These are the four sons of this Kusha, the king, who was a great person, who was a atleast Vrata Dharmajna. He was very much immersed in the Dharma and Vrata without any effort or without any tiredness. Aklishta Vrata Dharmajna, Sajjana Pratipujaka, great man who worshipped virtuous people, righteous people. So he produced four sons, Kushamba, Kushanabha, Asurtarajas, and Vasu. You might have heard about one ancient Indian city that is called Kaushambi. Has anybody heard about Kaushambi? Kaushambi appears in the Buddhist stories. It is in the vicinity of Nepal. So, who is the person who built this city? Kushamba is the person who created, who made people stay in the Kaushambi city. And Kushanabha city is called Mahodaya. Asurtarajas had his own city called Dharmaranya. And Vasu, the last son of Kusha, he made a city called Vasumati. This is the Vasumati country which was created, which was especially built by last son of Kusha, that is Vasumati. This is Sumagadhi Nadiramya Magadhan Vishruta Ayayo. It is in the one small country in the greater Magadha. So Sumagadhi Nadi was flowing in that region. That's why Saishahi Magadhi Nama Vasostasya Mahatmanah. Purvabhicharitarama Sukshetra Sasyamalini. This Magadhi, they were staying on that night at this Magadha region. City's name is Vasumati city, or the region around this Vasumati city, that was called Magadha Desha. So it implies that this Vishvamitra and Rama Lakshmana, they had traveled from Siddhashrama to Magadha country, and from Magadha country they traveled towards Himalayas. Now he says, so this is the Vasumati region, Samurdha Vanashobhitaha, very good country. We are staying here for this night. We will travel tomorrow. But he does not stop there. Vishwamitra does not stop there. He narrates the story of Kushanabha. This Kushanabha, he had 100 daughters. And these 100 daughters were very beautiful. They were just walking in a garden. Vayu came there and he asked for their hands. I want to marry you all. Don't wait for your father's consent. Just I want to aham vah kamaye sarvaha bharya mama bhavishyatha. He did not ask for one night relation. Just he wanted to have all of them as his wives. Just Vayu asked these 100 daughters of Kushanabha, but these daughters, they said, you are a great man, but you are ignoring our father, you are just neglecting our father. This is not the time, this is not the Kali Yuga where we can just ignore and neglect and just cross him to marry you. There is our father. If our father gives all our hands to you, then we will marry you. Otherwise, we will not marry. Pitahi prabhurasmakam daivatam paramam cha saha yasya no dasyati pita sano bharta bhavishyati. No. Simply you are asking my hand and I become your wife. No, not possible. Our father, to whomsoever he gives all of us, we will marry him. No problem. There is no need to hurry up. Immediately this Vayu became very angry and he made them disturbed with high Vayu. So Vayu Prakopa became too much there in their bodies, and all their bodies became very much trembling, and it became Kubja. Some hands and these legs, they all interned, they became small, so all their body got defaced. Aratni matra krataya bhagnagatra bhayardita, they all became very small. So everybody was very much cursed by the Vayu, great Devata. But they did not worry. They did not get too much worry. Just they went to their father. Oh, please, Akshay, you have to mute yourself. Okay. So they did not worry. Just they went to their father and they narrated the story that Vayu had cursed us. Now we are in this very defaced form. But this Kushanabha, he praised them. You have done very good work. Kshantam kshamavatam putryaha kartavyam sumahat kratam. The kshama is the greatest thing that one can do. Now Vayu has cursed you, but you have not cursed Vayu in turn. This is the great thing that you have done. Alankaro hi narinam kshama purushasya. Kshama is like a kshama is the some kind of forgiveness. That is the greatest jewel a man or a woman can have. That is very rarest of rare. No, normally it is not available in the people. People get angry immediately and they curse. They in return they also curse the others. So you don't worry. I will do necessary things for you. So he discussed with all his mantris, his ministers, and later on he found a great person who is called Brahmadatta. This Brahmadatta is the son of Chuli, and his mother was a Gandharvi called Somada. So this Gandharvi, she was also doing tapasya, and she wanted to have this Chuli as husband. This Chuli accepted. So he gave a son to this Gandharvi Somada, and that this son who was given to Somada Gandharvi by this Chuli Tapasvi, he was called as Brahmadatta. Manasam Chulina Sutam. He was the Manasa son of Chuli. And this Brahmadatta is very, very famous king in our Puranic history. There is a city called Kampilya, and this Brahmadatta ruled over this Kampilya city. And even few years ago, there was an excavation in the Kampilya city where they found many different things related to architecture, archaeology. So this Kampilya city is very well known in the Puranic history. So this Kushanabha, he made a plan and he gave all these 100 daughters to Brahmadatta. And Brahmadatta is a great person who had a vara of devatas. So immediately he touched all these kanyas, and all these kanyas became very much beautiful again as they were earlier. Sprashtamatre tada panu vikubjaha vigatajvaraha. They became normal, as beautiful as they were earlier. So immediately this Brahmadatta, he married all of them and he lived very happily in the city of Kampilya. So all the 100 daughters of Kushanabha, they went away with Brahmadatta now. So this Kushanabha became alone again. Again, he wanted to have Putra Kameshti. And this Putra Kameshti Yaga was being performed there. And then this Kushanabha's father, Kusha, he came there. He said, now you will get a great son called Gadhi. Putraste sadrshah putra bhavishyati sudharmikaha. Gadhi. This Gadhi is very sudharmikaha, very great dharmika. So you will be happy. That boon, that vara, he gave to Kushanabha. Accordingly, this Kushanabha, he got one son, Paramadharmishtha Gadhiritteva Namataha. Who is the Gadhi? What Gadhi happens to Vishvamitra? Gadhi is the father of this very Vishvamitra. So that's why he is narrating the story of Kushanabha and Gadhi, and then this Kaushika. Vishwamitra is called Kaushika because he was born into the family of Kusha. That's why he is called as Kaushika. And I have narrated the story of this Gadhi, how Gadhi was born. The Ruchika had prepared a charu for his wife, and that charu was exchanged between mother and daughter. So the daughter, she gave birth to Jamadagni, great Rishi. And after Jamadagni, then came Parashurama, who was very ferocious and fiery person, which was the result of the charu that was prepared for the this king Kushanabha. But whereas this Kushanabha's wife, she had exchanged the charu of Satyavati, the wife of Ruchika. So this Gadhi's mother, she had the charu prepared for this great Ruchika's wife. So Gadhi's wife, she gave birth to great Paramadharmishtha Gadhi, whereas Ruchika's wife, she gave birth to the Jamadagni. She had to give birth to the very ferocious Rishi, but she prayed with her husband, please forgive my mistake. So that husband, Ruchika, he just blessed her. Your son will be great Rishi, but your grandson will be very difficult man to withstand. So that Jamadagni and Jamadagni Rama, the story came there. Whereas because of the power of the charu that was made especially for the Brahmana son, this Gadhi was born by his mother. Jadne Paramadharmishtah Gadhirityeva Namatah. Sapita Mama Kakustha Gadhi Paramadharmikaha. Again and again, Vishvamitra says, he is Paramadharmikaha. He is the great performer of Dharma. He had great knowledge of Dharma. He did tapasya, great tapasya. And Gadhi had two children. One is this Vishvamitra. Another is one Kaushiki. That is her name is Satyavati. And she was married to Ruchika. But this Kaushiki, this Satyavati, she became a river that flows in the Himalaya. That river's name is Kaushiki River. Sasharira Gataswargam Bhartara Manuvartini Kaushikam Paramodara Pravurtacha Mahanadi. Purvaja Bhagini, Vishwamitra's elder sister. She was called Satyavati, but she followed her husband and she went to Swarga and became a great Nadi called Kaushiki. Kaushiki Paramodara Pravurtacha Mahanadi. Divya Punyodakaramya Himavantam Upashrita. Lokasi Hitakaryartham Pravurta Bhagini Mama. Why she became a river? Because she wanted to help the people. So she became river. And that Kaushiki river that flows in the Himalaya and flows into the, later on it comes down to the India also. But in the Nepal it is very famous. I have visited that Kaushiki Tira. There is a ashrama of Nimbarka Acharya, Nimbarka Acharya there. There was a Swamiji. I visited it. Very enjoyable on the Himalayas. Satu Satyavati Punya Satya Dharme Pratisthita. So where is Vishwamitra staying? Where Vishwamitra was living? Vishwamitra was living in Himalayas near to Kaushiki. Why? Because he had very great attachment to his sister, that is Kaushiki. Bhaginyam Sneha Sanyukta Kaushikyam Raghunandana. I am very much attached to this Kaushiki river. That's why I am staying here in the Himalaya, on the valleys of Himalaya. But I had gone to the Siddhashrama. Why? I wanted to become Siddha. Siddhashrama Manupraptha Siddhosmi Tava Tejasa. I wanted to um, follow a niyama. That's why I went to Siddhashrama. I stayed there for many years. Siddhashrama manuprapta. Ahantu niyamad rama hitva tam samupagataha. Somehow I left Kaushiki Nadi and I went to Siddhashrama to get Siddhi. Now my Siddhi is achieved by the grace of you, by your grace. That's why I am now narrating this story, the story of myself and my father, my grandfather. Yesha Rama Mamotpattihi Swasya Vamshasya Kirtita Deshasya Mahabaho Yanmantum Pariprachase. He was narrating the story the whole night. So very interesting stories to both Rama and Lakshmana. So then Vishvamitra says, now it is, the night is half over. Gatordharatra kakustha katha kathayato mama. Now half of the night is over. At least now have a few hours of sleep. Nidram abhyehi bhadrante mabhut vignaha adhvanihana. If you are too much sleepless, then it is very difficult to travel. That's why now please have night as much as possible. Then all the mrigas, all the animals and birds there, everything, they got their sleep. Nishpandas tarvas sarve vilina nilina mrigapakshinaha. Everything is now silent. Uttishthate cha sitamsho. Now Chandra is also rising. Shashi loka tamonudaha. So you have to now sleep. This is what Vishwamitra said to Rama. And all the munis also, they heard the story and they also had their sleep now. Kushikana mayam vamshaha mahan dharma parasara. The family of Kushikas, the family that originated from Kusha, is a great family. All the people are dharma paraha. Always they are interested in dharma. Brahmopama mahatmanaha kushavamsha narottamaha. Now you are the greatest person in the Kushavamsha. Everybody praised Vishwamitra. And also this Kaushiki is a great river that made great name for the Kushavamsha. So now everybody, they got their sleep. And again, Vishwamitra, he got a little bit early, got up a little bit early, and again he just called upon this Lakshmana and Rama. Uttishthottishtha bhadrante gamanaya abhirochaya suprabhata nisharama purva sandhya pravartate. Again, Kausalya Supraja Rama Purva Sandhya Pravartate. Same, it is echoed here. Suprabhata Nisharama. Now this night is little bit lightened by the Aruna. Now Purva Sandhya Pravartate. Uttishta Uttishta, you know, get up, rise up. Bhadrante Gamanaya Abhirochya. Now we have to ready for the further travel. Now we have to cross the Shona Nadi. Has anybody heard about the Shona Nadi? Anybody heard about the Shona Nadi? Now called as Son Bhadra, something they call in the Magathas. But they were terrified by the greatness of that Shona Nadi. Ayam Shona Shubhajalaha Agadha Pulina Manditaha Katarena Patha Brahman Santarishyamahe Vayam. How we have to cross? It is very long river, very big river, very long. Its width is very high, and it is also very deep. Shubhajalaha Agadha, very deep. So how we have to cross this Shona? So this is the Rama's question. Okay, don't worry, we will go by another way. We need not cross Shona because it is very difficult to cross Shona. Yeshapantham ayodhishtah yena yanti maharshayah. There is a way where with which all the rishis they travel. So Vishwamitra led this troop of all the rishis. Pashyantaste prayatavai vina vanani vividhani cha. Again, they traveled half a day again. There they saw again Ganga. Janhavim Saritam Shreshtham Dadrshuhu Munisevitam. They saw Ganga again. Tam Drishta Punyasalilam Hamsa Sarasa Sevitam Vabhur Munaya Sarve Mudita Saharagavaha. No, we will stay here on the bank of Ganga today. Everybody wanted to have stay on the banks of Ganga. So everybody they did not have any tents and all other things. Just they were all rishis. They were walking with one or two kopinas and that's all. Even Rama and Lakshmana, they did not have any bag, it seems. They had one or two vastras and their bows and arrows, that's all. There was no porters for them, and neither these rishis had. So immediately they started their Agnihotras there in the bank of Ganga, and also they had their Havis in the Agnihotra Havis in the Ganga. Vivishuhu Janhavi Tere. They spent their that night on the bank of Ganga because Ganga is a very great river. Now, again, Rama asks Vishwamitra, please tell me the story of Ganga now. Because it is very important from the point of Rama's family and also for the humankind. So, Rama is raising this query about Ganga Nadi. Bhagavan Shrotamichami Gangam Tripadham Nadim Trailokyam Kathamakramya Gata Nadanadi Patim. Tripathaga. Ganga's name is Tripathaga. It travels in 3 roads or 3 ways. What are these 3 ways? One is Swargaloka, another is Martyaloka, and the third one is Patadaloka, where all the sons of Sagara had been buried, had been burned to ashes. So she had to travel from Swarga to Bhumi, from Bhumi to this Patada to cleanse the 60,000 sons of Sagara. So what is the speciality? Ganga Tripataka. It is very famous name. Ganga's very famous name is Ganga Tripathaga. So what is the speciality of Ganga? Now please tell me. Vurdhim Janmacha Gangayah Vaktumeva Upachakrame. Vishwamitra started telling the story of Ganga. Ganga's birth and also her development. How it happened. So this Himalaya is the great god. He had a wife. What is the name of Himalaya's wife? She is called Mena, and she is the daughter of Meru. Himalaya Parvata, not this physical Himalaya Parvata, but the Himalaya Parvata Abhimani Devata, he is called as Himavan, and his wife is Mena, and she had 2 daughters. Who are these 2 daughters? One is Ganga, another is Uma. Tasyam Gangeyam Abhavat Jeshtha Himavata Suta. Uma Nama Dvitiya Kanya Tasyeva Raghava. This Himavan had 2 daughters. One is Ganga, another is Uma. Uma was married to Rudra. Shiva. So then what happened to Ganga? So where was Ganga? Ganga was in the Himalaya. But what happened to Ganga? All the devatas, they came and they took away this Ganga to the Devaloka. अथज्येष्ठां सुरा सर्वे देवकार्य चिकीर्षया शैलेन्द्रं वारयामासु गंगां त्रिपथगां नदीं. All the devatas, they wanted to have this Ganga in the Swargaloka. So we went to Ganga Madai Te Gachan Kritarthen Antaratmana. So the Ganga went to the Swargaloka and Uma went to, she was there with Rudra, and she married. Her first life is Sati. She was born as the daughter of Daksha, and um, she jumped into the fire of Daksha's yajna. She sacrificed herself in the yajna. Uh, but Bhagavata does not say she jumped into the yajna of Daksha. She created a fire from her body and she burnt her body. So this Daksha's sacrifice yajna was again disturbed and completely destroyed by the Rudra and Veerabhadra and all his followers. Then all the devatas came and they begged for the forgiveness to Rudra, and Rudra accepted their request, and he made this Daksha Prajapati alive again, and somehow this yajna is over. But this Sati, she had already given up her life, her body. She became daughter of this Himavan. Now she is married to Rudra again. Ugrena tapasa yuktam dadau shailavara sutam Rudraya apratirupai umam loka namaskrutam. Everybody who might have read few shlokas of Kumara Sambhava is familiar with the story of Shiva and Parvati. This Parvati, how she became the daughter of Himalaya, what she did, how great tapasya she did, what happened to Kama, how Kama was burnt. All these stories are well narrated by Kalidasa in his Kumara Sambhava. Somehow she married Rudra. She made a great tapasya, this Uma also. Ugram Sovratamastaya Tatastepe Sapodhana. So because of Shiva was pleased with her high tapasya, he accepted her as his wife. But this elder daughter of this Uma, that is Ganga, she was there in Swargaloka. Now, how she came to the Manushya Loka? How this Ganga came to the earth and also to the Patada? Now that story is narrated. And again, she is a great river. Again, Ram asks, what is the speciality of this Ganga? How she is going to flow into the three regions? What is the story? Now, please tell me. Now Vishvamitra started the story again. Nikhilena katham ramya sarvam rishimadhe nivedayat. Now that is the story of Kanda that is narrated now. But already it is 9 o'clock, so it is the time we stop here. There is a question: who are the Ekapatala and Ekaparana? There is some, according to many other Puranas, there is a story that Himavan had three daughters. One is Ekapatala and Riparana and Aparana. one daughter, she used to have one leaf for a day, that she is called Ekaparana. Ekapatala is another daughter. But this Aparana, she did not have even one leaf for a day. But she was totally on fasting for the tapasya. Her great tapasya is narrated in the Kumar Sambhava 5th Sarga, that we can see. So according to that story, there is a Ekapatala and Ekapurana. It is there. But most famous story is that she was the only daughter of Himavan. And she did not eat even leaf when she was doing tapasya. That's why she is called Aparana. For a few days, she was having some fruits, and then she had some leaves, the fallen leaves on the earth, for her well-being. Then she left this leaves also. That's why Parana is the leaf. Aparana, the person who has no leaves, is called Aparana. She is called Aparana. So that is the story. But in the Ramayana, it is narrated. There are many different versions of stories. So that is very interesting. But we did not read the Ramayana Shloka. That is one thing. But interesting part is these stories. So we will stop here now. Start again tomorrow morning. Tomorrow at the same time, 8 o'clock. I hope there will be no disturbance. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare.
ధన్యవాదాలు.
అనంత ధన్యవాదాలు.